Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's MNA webinar, An Orientation to Your MNA Member Benefits. It is 3 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started because we have a lot of information to get through today. As you can see up on your screen, here's some of our other upcoming events if you're interested in those. But welcome to today's webinar. If you're a new member and you're on the phone, thanks so much for joining us and welcome to MNA. The goal for today's webinar is to give you an overview of the benefits that are available to you and some idea of how to access them. We're going to go through a lot of information and do that pretty quickly. So just know you don't have to be writing everything down. We hope that you get a general overview and that you know to connect back with MNA when you do need one of our resources or benefits. We're always here to help you, and we are happy to do that. We are also recording this webinar, and we'll show you where to find the recording. So if you need to refer back to it or share it with another person on your team, you can certainly do that. So MNA was incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 750 member organizations throughout the state, not every day. MNA serves the nonprofit sector through capacity building, civic engagement, public policy, all three areas which we'll tell you a little bit more about today. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director at Michigan Nonprofit Association. You can see my picture there in the middle. I am joined today by my colleague, Mario Gonzalez, who you will hear from in a few minutes. He's our client service coordinator and does a great job helping members out and is likely the person to talk who you would talk with if you called in on our main phone line. Another member of our team is Bill Gesseman. He's our strategic growth officer, and there he's pictured there as well. So as I mentioned, one of the ways that we serve the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy. We do that by focusing on policy issues that affect the full nonprofit sector, things like tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaborations. Our colleague, Joan Gustafson, is our external affairs officer and is absolutely our policy guru. So if you're ever interested in chatting with Joan or you have a policy issue or a question, she's the person that you want to reach out to. All right, now we're going to go ahead and switch over to MNA's website, which is where we'll spend the majority of our time today because that is where you can access your MNA member benefits. So now on the screen, you should be seeing MNA's home page. Hopefully it's something you've been to before and learned a little bit about. One other thing to mention, if you do have specific questions, feel free to use the questions box or the chat function to ask us throughout the webinar, and we'd be happy to respond to you. So the first thing I like to tell people when they come to our website, the first thing you want to do is log in. And you just do that by going in the upper right-hand corner, and you will get to the member login page. Now, if you're a new member of the organization, you would have, during your registration process, had to identify a primary and secondary contact. Those contacts would have received information on how to set up their accounts with username and password. So if you're not that person, you might have to check with someone else in your organization who is. If you need help, you can always use this forgot password or forgot your username link to reset that information. Also below that is some quick web videos that will help you troubleshoot some common issues with logging in. If you're still having issues, feel free to reach out to us, info@MNA online, or reach out directly via phone, and Mario can help you through that. So the reason you want to log in is then you have access to all of the MNA member benefits and you're not getting blocked by the login screen. So once you log in, you are seeing the member dashboard. One other thing I like to mention is that the MNA membership is a full organizational membership, meaning all of your staff, board, and even key volunteers can take advantage of the benefits. There are a couple ways you can manage that internally. First, if you want to set up a general username and password and share that amongst people, that is fine. Second is you can also set up additional users on your account, and we'll show you how to do that from here. And you can give each one of those users various permissions and their own username and password. So from the member dashboard, you can link to a lot of really helpful things very quickly. Below in the center part is all of the member benefits, and I'm going to go through those in just a few minutes. Over on the left here are some of those helpful links. Membership details includes basic information about your organization. So if you have a change in address or update something about how many employees you have, you can come in here and update. As you continue to scroll down on that member details section, you'll see this section for contacts. This is what I was mentioning. You can set up various staff people with their own username and password for the website. And if you scroll down, you'll also see an opportunity to renew. Ours looks a little weird because it's a kind of the parent account, but you will see an option to pay now when your renewal time comes up in 1 year from your membership start date. So scrolling back up at the top, the other link here is MNA member discount codes. Anytime MNA offers an event or a product, we generally have a member and non-member rate. In order to get the member rate, you do have to log into the website, come to this member discounts code page, and get the proper code for that event. So that's a really great thing to know about. The third link over here on the left side is Edit Login Profile. This allows you to update your own contact information as well as your username and password. I would strongly encourage you to change your password to something that's easy to remember. And then you don't have to be searching all over for a password and have that be one more barrier to you logging into our website. So that's some information that you can find on the member dashboard. All of those member benefits are also listed here under membership and nonprofit resources. And we're going to come back to that tab, but I'm going to start over on the right side and just show you a few important pages on our website. One is the staff page. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we are all working from home, but we are working and keeping pretty regular business hours. So I would encourage you, if you need support, to reach out to staff. You can see here that you can reach them via email or phone. These are our office phone numbers, but people are checking their voicemails and returning calls. Also under that Who We Are tab, there's a tab called Get Connected. I highly encourage you to visit this page. This is where you can sign up for our e-newsletters. You can also see that we're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you prefer to get your information that way, follow us on one of those sites. Our e-newsletters, we have a few different opportunities for you. The My Nonprofit News is our every other Friday e-newsletter. It's our most regular e-newsletter. Right now, it's coming out on kind of a different schedule because of COVID, and we're producing a lot of resources for nonprofits to navigate this current crisis. So you might not see it on that exact schedule, but you definitely want to be signed up for that. And then you can also sign up for public policy action alerts, which only come out when we need and ask people to take action. And then this third one we'll be talking a little bit more about later in the program in relation to our job center. So sign up for our e-newsletters there. And then I'm going to scroll over and turn it over to Mario to tell us a little bit about MNA's technology services.
Thanks, Sarah. And hello, everyone. Thanks for being with us. One of the ways MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through our technology services. The team at MNA Tech is very knowledgeable and personable. And if you happen to be the accidental techie around your office, and maybe you don't want to continue being that sole resource, or there's need for something tech related, we'd really like for you to consider reaching out to MNA Tech. They can assist with things like technology planning, managing your servers, and various other technological related items. The team is extremely helpful and can even be reached through a direct hotline for those unexpected problems that spring up around the office. That hotline there is listed at the bottom, or you can go ahead and fill out their Contact Us form through the Reported Problem button right below. More details can be found under that Technology Services tab on our website. I will now bounce it back over to Sarah to review our civic engagement.
Thanks, Mario. So as I mentioned, one of the ways that MNA serves the nonprofit sector is through civic and community engagement. We're currently involved in a large campaign around the Census 2020. I hope that you've heard of it. I've actually really hoped that you filled out your census form for 2020. It's very critical that MNA gets a fair and accurate count, or excuse me, not MNA, Michigan gets a fair and accurate count in 2020. It has huge implications regarding our representation for the state at federal level, federal government level, as well as the money that comes into Michigan from the federal government. And those numbers that we collect in the Census 2020 are used for the next 10 years. So it's quite important that we count everyone. And we think that nonprofits are particularly well suited to reach traditionally undercounted populations because of their role and often trustedness in local communities. So if you need more information about Census 2020, check out the website and get more information there. We also sponsor an AmeriCorps Vista program, and we place AmeriCorps members at nonprofits throughout the state of Michigan who help get work done in communities. So that's a little bit about our civic and community engagement work. Let's scroll over to this tab in the middle and talk about our research and publications. The first publication shown here is our compensation and benefit report. This is a report that we put out every 2 years, and it starts with a survey of the nonprofit community. We ask those organizations to report to us who do they have on their staff, what types of positions, how much do they pay them, maybe even what they give in vacation days or other fringe benefits. What we're able to do with that survey data is turn around and put it into this report, which in this most recent iteration has 78 different positions with all types of salary and compensation information for those positions. So it's really cool. It's organized into certain tables, and you can actually drill down to say you're an arts and culture organization in Southeast Michigan and you're trying to hire a development director. You can see what other nonprofits in that same scope are paying the people that they have on staff. It's a really great tool for teams to use when they're trying to develop, competitive compensation and benefits package. You can see there's a member discount, $165. For non-members, it's $270. Forgot to say at the top of the call, if you're a non-member and you're on the phone, totally fine too. You're going to learn a lot today and hopefully see some ways that membership could help you out. The Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual is my favorite resource to talk about because it is just so darn practical. It's a really great resource. It's about 600 pages long. It's not something you read start to finish, but it has a really great table of contents and index that can help you find answers to questions that are common in nonprofit management. Plus, it was written by industry professionals, so it's really easy to understand. It's always the first thing I take off my shelf when someone asks me a question that I don't know. So I'd encourage you to look at that. There's a member price there as well. Members save $20. As you can see, there's a lot here. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to highlight a few more. The salary visualization tool, this is for members only, so you have to log in to get it. This is taking the data from the compensation and benefit report and putting it into some really cool tables and charts and visualizations that can help you drill down on information for your specific region. So check that out. Going down a little further, we also have MNA Links magazine. This is a printed publication that comes out 3 times a year. The 4th one that comes out is our annual report, and it is mailed to you. So you will actually receive a copy of the MNA Links magazine. And it just covers, hot topics and provides various articles. The other thing I like to mention is Nonprofit Advocacy, a Michigan primer. If you're interested in advocating with your nonprofit for whatever issue, you should download and check this out. It's really Advocacy 101, easy to understand, lots of pictures and graphs, and it just gives you an idea of what nonprofits can do and what the regulations are you can't do. Absolutely, nonprofits can lobby and advocate, and they should be doing that. So it's great to know, have that available to you. We also have our diversity, inclusion, and equity assessment. There's a lot of information on that. I'm actually the lead staff person on that project. So if you're interested, check out the information and reach out. Very relevant right now and could be very helpful to your organization. This tab 1 over is our COVID-19 resources page. We have a ton of resources on here. As you can see, they're kind of organized by various topics. So check that out. Reach out to us. We really are trying our best to keep our pulse, keep a pulse of how the nonprofit sector is doing and what the needs are during this recovery time. And we'll be committed to that really for the long haul. So definitely check out that and reach out to us if you need any other information. More information here about advocacy. We do have a Michigan Nonprofit Caucus. This is a bipartisan and bicameral group, meaning we have both Republicans and Democrats from the House and Senate who are committed to issues that concern the nonprofit sector. So you can learn more about that here. Also, if you're in the Southeast Michigan region, you're going to want to check out the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council, which talks about policy issues that are specific to the Southeast Michigan region. All right, as promised, we're over in the membership tab. I'm going to click on Nonprofit Job Center and have Mario tell us a little bit more about this.
Thanks again, Sarah. So as she mentioned, under that membership tab, you can find our Nonprofit Job Center. This is one of our most frequently used resources, and there are a few different ways that you can interact with the Job Center. One way is by browsing what jobs are available in the Michigan nonprofit sector by clicking on Current Job Postings. You can then sort these options by category and narrow it down to the desired search parameters that you're seeking. It's also great for a nonprofit leader who is looking to hire someone in Michigan. Just click on the submission form under the Job Center tab to complete the job posting. The rates are $75 for a single 30-day posting for current MNA members and $165 for non-members with a logo included. We strongly encourage you to post any opening you have with our Job Center. The last way that you can engage with the Job Center is by getting signed up for the weekly email blast that goes out every Friday morning with the most current postings submitted to MNA's job board. It's a great resource to stay up to date on positions available if you're a job seeker. You can sign up for the e-newsletter. Forgive that background noise. You can sign up for the e-newsletter by clicking on the Get Connected page that we referenced earlier. Our email blast reaches around 6,000 subscribers each week, and our Job Center gets around 18,000 unique page views a month. So it's certainly a great way to market your opportunities to our broad online audience. I will hand it back up to Sarah once again and talk a little bit more about your M&A benefits.
Thanks, Mario. So under membership, I'm going to go to the Nonprofit Resources tab. This is where all of your M&A member benefits are listed. And as I mentioned, you can also get here from the member dashboard once you log in. At the top, there's always a featured benefit. You can see right now it's the salary visualization tool. We've already talked about that, so I'm going to scroll down. Under fundraising and finance support, I'm going to start with GrantStation. GrantStation is one of your largest M&A benefits, so if you haven't started to use it, I definitely encourage you to. It's an online grant database that you can search and look for new grant opportunities. I'm clicking through to it right now. So in order to get that free access, you do have to come through the M&A website. You'll know you're in the right place, and on your first time here, it might prompt you for a little bit more information. But at the top, it'll say welcome, and it'll have your name. So as I mentioned, this is a great way to find new grant opportunities. There is a ton of information on their website that's really, really great. If you've never written a proposal before, check out the tools here, etc. But I'm going to focus today on the main resource here, which is their searchable databases for grant opportunities. So I clicked on the U.S. Charitable Giving Database because it's about the most general one. On the left, there's lots of suggestions on how to narrow your search, which can be really great. And then on the right is how you search. And I'm going to start, and I'm going to click Michigan and look for grant opportunities in Michigan. You can see all these blue subtitles. I can narrow it down. So I'm going to look for arts, culture, and humanities. And then I'm going to pick one more. I'm going to say I'm going to do types of support and say that I'm looking for general operating support. Who doesn't want general operating support? As you can see, with these search criteria, I have come up with 57 results. So if I was doing this in real time, I might work on my search a little bit more to narrow it down even further. What this gives you is all this list of grant makers. So I'm going to click on one of the records. We'll go to the Frank N. Anderson Foundation and just show you what's included here. It tells a little bit about what they fund, what types of support they do, what their application procedures are. Over here on the right, you can see all of their contact information, even how much they give, et cetera, et cetera. GrantStation is such a huge resource. We want you all to use it. I definitely encourage you to check it out. These orange buttons up here at the top are new, and they allow you to save this if you're interested in looking at it later, or maybe email it to a colleague, say, hey, what do you think about this opportunity? So lots of capability here on the GrantStation site. Definitely check that out. Going back to MNA's website and on where that member benefits are listed, we also have a discount to the foundation directory online. This is another online grants database. Some people prefer this, and you would receive a 15% discount as an MNA member. This Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits is actually a tool from a fellow state association in Washington State. It's a series of 6 online videos introducing finance for nonprofits. Great tool to use if you're onboarding new board members, or even new staff members. It's actually pretty entertaining too, because they did it with a nonprofit, they did it with a CPA and an improv actor. So they're pretty entertaining, short little videos. If you're looking for discounts on credit card processing, you can check with Card Connect. They're a good partner to us. Scrolling down further, you'll see free and discounted education. We do offer discounted and free events, some of which you saw when we were starting off the webinar. You can click on that link to get to the M&A calendar and see the events that are happening. You can also link to this calendar from the front page of our website. If you ever see an event and it has a little orange, looks like a little person, like Head and Shoulders, it means that there's a member and non-member rate for that event. So check out the events calendar. As I mentioned, we are recording the webinar today, as we do with many things, and you can get that here via the recorded webinar archive. You can check out our other offerings there as well. We already talked a little bit about the mixing up my words today, the diversity, inclusion, and equity assessment, and you can get more information here. One of the partnerships we have is with MindEdge. They offer online learning courses in a lot of different topics. You receive a 10% discount as an M&A member, and you can see from here kind of what the courses are. Things on fundraising, things on managing finances, etc. They're pretty affordable, and it's a really great way to share your benefits with other people in your organization who may have interest in those certain topics. We also have a document library, which you can access here as well. A partnership with All Campus for some discounts on higher education in the virtual space. Principles for Good Governance and Ethical Practice is a publication from our friends at Independent Sector. Great way to check out kind of the health of your organization if you're interested in that as well. We already talked about these two, the management manual and links. So I'm going to scroll down to the next row. As you can see there, we partner with some of the largest educational institutions in the state. University of Michigan Dearborn offers a 20% discount on their tuition for employees of MNA. Oakland University, a 25% discount on their nonprofit management certificate program. And Michigan State Executive MBA program offers 2 scholarships per year. The actual member benefit is that you would have your application fee waived, but they also have these 2 50% scholarships to their program for current nonprofit professionals. So if you're interested in expanding your education that way, definitely a very cool opportunity to know about. We also work with Davenport University, and they offer a 20% tuition discount, as well as New Horizons, who offers discounts on their computer learning courses. The next section is all about managing HR. Nonstop Wellness is a group that we've partnered with as an option for healthcare coverage. It is for members with staff with more than 50 people taking the benefits, so a little bit bigger members. But it's a way to self-fund healthcare, and it often leads to savings for both the employer and the employee. So check out Nonstop Wellness if that's a need or interest of your organization. We also offer a deal with Mutual of America for groups that have less than $1 million in their retirement accounts. Mutual of America will waive their administrative fees. We talked about the Job Center and Compensation and Benefits Report. So going down further, Constellation Hr is a performance and compensation management system. If you are managing a lot of employees in your organization, this can be a great help to you in that way. I will say down here at the bottom, they did some webinars for us about 3 years ago, and still very relevant content, lots of information about actual compensation, or actual management HR help, but also then a brief overview of their system. So if you're interested in that, take a look at those webinars. Verified Volunteers offers discounted background check services. The really unique thing about their program is that their background checks can be shared among community organizations. So if you have a volunteer that works in the local school and also is a volunteer with Girl Scouts, if they both accept Verified Volunteers background checks, that volunteer can share that background check service. I believe it's a 20% discount on that. Paychex also offers a discount on payroll management. They've also been a great partner to MNA, especially during COVID, with a lot of HR questions coming up, but their discounts are around 35% for MNA members. Also, if you don't have directors and officers liability insurance, that's something we believe all nonprofits should have, and a local organization here to Lansing, Lyman and Sheets, is a great partner in this and can provide you some basic information about what that might cost your organization. It's in general very inexpensive, so definitely encourage you to check that out. And scrolling down further, we've talked about that salary visualization tool and technology services. Mario covered that. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mario to cover the rest in this making connections and close out our webinar.
Thanks, Sarah. So another great feature that MNA offers are 3 types of memberships. We have our nonprofit membership, we have our business membership, and we have a career development membership. Because of this, we have a variety of businesses, both small and large, that are part of our grander statewide network. One of your featured MNA benefits is complete access to our online business marketplace directory, which is a great resource for nonprofits seeking specific services from those who are experts in the sector and get connected that way. This online database can connect your organization with independent contractors or firms that are looking to serve your needs. Now, please note, we strongly suggest that you still perform your own due diligence before hiring or contracting any of the businesses found through this search. So it's good to be careful. The other great feature that you have available to you is, much like the great business marketplace tool, the nonprofit member directory provides a contact information of the nonprofits within our M&A network. Through this resource, you can make additional connections and potentially collaborate on joint efforts or projects in your region or area. Now, this does not have all of the nonprofits in the state of Michigan, just the nonprofits in our directory in our network. So just a caveat. As well, if you're a nonprofit leader seeking to reach some of our business members with specific needs, we have the request for proposal distribution feature. I'm going to go ahead and it looks like the screen's a little lagging there, so I'm going to go ahead and wait for it to join us. Yep, there we go. So as I mentioned, this is a request for proposal distribution feature, and it can be very helpful for nonprofits. What this is that you just complete the short form and your submission will be distributed to a variety of business members who identify services in the area of your inquiry. And this goes out, this is exclusive to MNA, and this goes internally and within our network to our business members from our nonprofit members. So it's another great exclusive tool to use to get connected. As well, we do have another resource for you, that's the Trusted Partners and Resources. Depending on your browser or your device, it will either open to a new tab or download as a PDF, or both. It'll open up, and what you can find is this document is a resource, and it's available for contact information for both state and national organizations. These are some of our most trusted partners within the nonprofit sector. And some of this quick reference information includes the National Council of Nonprofits and the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, also known as LARA. It's a helpful guide for navigating some of the institutions here in the nonprofit sector. The other thing available to you through your membership is we have sponsorship and advertising opportunities. M&A has a considerable statewide following as well as a growing online presence. So advertising with us is a great platform to broadcast your upcoming events, any programming you have, or just general opportunities. You can find more details about our specific packages by reviewing the options found on the advertising and sponsorship opportunities page there on the website or through your dashboard. Lastly, but certainly not least, we want to also go ahead and draw your attention over to a great resource for nonprofits. It's the Capacity Building Centers Network. And what this is like I mentioned, it's a great resource for listings provided about 11 organizations and centers around Michigan. We're the 11th one, so I believe there's 10 additional outside of MNA that provide local capacity building services to other nonprofits. These organizations offer free or reduced services, and a lot of times can get you connected with additional materials or training resources that maybe aren't available through the MNA network. But it is through our network, so we just encourage you to go through that and find what you're looking for there. So it's through this collaboration and the Michigan nonprofit sector continues to grow healthier and stronger while helping organizations better serve their clients and achieve their missions. So we'd encourage you to kind of review what's available there and connect with those organizations in your area. So that'll bring the end to our webinar today. We want to say thank you again for being with us and welcome to Michigan Nonprofit Association. Please do not hesitate to reach out directly to me or Sarah with any additional questions. I can help with any login or M&A related concerns. We hope that you have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there.